I could push buttons.
John didn't get music for the show, so I'm doing the music that I know. There's a skull on the screen, it looks weird. It's creeping me out, and it should creep you out too.
Hey.
And now I don't have to lean back so far. Hello and welcome to Arc of Fire Gaming. I'm sorry, no wait. Smoking Underground. Where's our banner? We don't have a banner.
I don't have a banner because I don't have one with my name. Actually, I don't even know if it would be right tonight. No, I don't have a generic.
Yeah, it just says Smoking Underground.
I might. Let me see what I got here in the banner files.
Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome to Smoking Underground in the My Father Lounge and Studio. My name is Devin, and that is not Gary. That is John, because Mr. Gare Bear is out, and we are joined by live studio audience by Dr. D himself, who I don't know if they can hear you, but hello. Wow, your mic actually picked him up more than mine.
Well, yours was making all kinds of noise when you were handling it. These mics have horrible handling noise.
Oh, okay. Well, so welcome everybody. I keep looking down at my mic instead of the camera right there. So we're just going to enjoy this. You got to enjoy the nicely horrible Bitcoin machine behind us that just throws off everything, and I hate them, and they shouldn't be in cigar stores, and I don't care if the owner knows that. I actually texted him, by the way, when they first put them in, and I told him, respectfully, I think this diminishes the quality and integrity of your store. I don't like them. He goes, I know. He goes, I know.
Sorry, I was working on a technical issue here. I don't know if I can figure out how to
We already got 7, baby. You see them comments. Everybody, please like, share, and subscribe, and throw a comment up. I'd love to know you're here. Even just a thumbs up, even a dot, a period. Just put a period, something. Just comment. So today we're smoking cigars. Did you know that?
Actually, I guess I am. I do have this leftover one from this afternoon that a kind rep dropped off that we just discussed how much some of us like him and some of us dislike him.
Yeah, I found him to be rather annoying. I'll be honest with you. I don't mind saying I have no F's to give about somebody's feelings. I'm sorry.
Former coworker before you worked here.
He says he's not going to watch anyway, so why do I give a shit?
Be nice to him. He made me a hell of a deal on one of my flasks.
Flasks?
Yeah.
You bought one of your flasks?
No, I bought a flask. When the cigar shop actually used to sell flasks, we used to have some men's accessories here.
Man, we should bring that back.
It took forever to sell like a dozen flasks. Huh?
Dr. D's here.
Oh, wow.
I wish he was in the... Oh, there he is. Okay. We're having a good day. How's your week been, man?
I'm going to say my year's been very good.
Yeah, your year's been good.
And that's only going back 5 days. If you want to go a week, even better.
Nice. Mine has been spectacular. I've had a really good year thus far. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of good times. Everything's going great.
Other than this day of work I had to put in. This is like the first one I've done in 2 weeks or something.
I'm going to go ahead and announce right now, and I'll announce it at the end. I'm going to be working late at the Trussville store Monday, not tomorrow, but Monday for the big game that starts at 7, and I'll be there until we're done. So if you want to have a cigar shop that you would like to go to, abandon all the other cigar shops in Birmingham and come to the one in Trussville. We'll be open. There will be booze, there will be food, there will be cigars, obviously, and lots of ladies. I don't know. Maybe.
Tacos.
The taco truck may be there. You know, it wasn't there Tuesday. Taco truck was not there Tuesday.
You got cards for them. Call them and say, are you going to be there?
That's a good point.
We got gaming people. We need tacos. Oh, wait. Yeah. Well, gaming people being people watching the football.
Honestly, the reason I bet he wasn't there was because of the snow on Monday. He's like, fuck that.
The snow on Monday prevented him from working Tuesday. The snow melted by noon on Monday.
Nah. So. Yeah, I think so. I think that's probably true. So, hello and welcome again. And
well, should we tell them the bad news?
What's the bad news?
Well, there's a reason we have this camera set up. Gary has left the show.
I thought he was dead.
Well, I don't care. He's not. He's left the show, so it's going to be just us for at least another week until we can find probably a cloned replacement of him.
Yeah, I think so. Circa Alter Carbon.
You know, is he Santa Claus?
Oh God, no.
Oh, he's a jolly old elf.
Yeah, but the beard. Maybe he's one of the senior workers who didn't have enough health care.
Oh yeah, he's the clean shaven one of us, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he's the guy with Harry's razors, which, you know, if you're tired of paying $20 for a razor, I keep plugging Harry's razors and Manscaped and Casper mattresses on all my podcasts, hoping somebody will eventually go, hey, wait, we should probably pay them for saying
They
that.
should. They should. You could also do that for Arc of Fire Gaming Network on YouTube and Twitch. I wouldn't mind being a sponsor of those.
Yeah, I started doing it last night on the No Driving Gloves podcast.
Nice. I'm just not a fan of doing sponsorships for like energy drinks or.
It's got to relate. Well, for you, an energy drink
I don't drink
would
energy
relate.
drinks. I'd like to do coffee. I wouldn't mind doing coffee, and I'd love, which I don't think I can, but I'd love to do a whiskey. But Twitch wouldn't allow that. Not at all. Not at all. But yeah. So we're smoking the Ano Viejo.
Yeah, it's some Lancero. I guess I should put up my Oliva.
Pretty good.
And
Doc, could you come near the camera and then show them the band at close?
Yeah, I can't reach that far. Super stretch arms.
The Ano Viejo.
Yes, and I have the description called up somewhere.
Put your hand
here.
behind it real quick.
This is actually a very complex cigar, it seems. It is a Lancero, so it fits with our Lancero discussion.
Yep.
The wrapper is a 4-year aged Ecuadorian cloud-grown Havana.
Yeah.
So I guess they grow it in a cloudy region.
Put your hand in front of it again if you don't mind, like directly in front of it.
Yeah.
We're going to go dark real quick.
Yeah. We need to refocus. Nope. Well, I don't know.
Anyway, so why does that look so horrible? Come on, focus.
Yeah, I think you got to do it again.
Ugh.
Do. No. Well, while we try to figure out the camera, I'm going to continue with discussing.
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll let the video side. These are the video experts. The binder is a 3-year aged Honduran.
There we go. Got it.
Jama Strand, I believe. Corojo.
Corojo.
And I'm sure Gary's going to be a little upset that he's missing out. There's a Corojo.
Yeah, Gary.
Here.
Dr. D got your cigar.
And then the filler is a 2-year aged Nicaraguan Esteli combined with a 3-year aged Honduran and Trojes. So I'm looking forward to trying this because earlier today I smoked the other Liga Cigar Club cigar, which was
LCAAA.
Yeah, which was the second of their watch editions. This is the Rose Gold. And if you listen to my other podcast, you know I kind of have a thing for Rose Gold and pink cars and things like that. Really want to marry pink.
Not weird, I promise.
Pink car collection. And it resulted in me getting a pink Cadillac for Christmas, at least a bank. Resulted in me getting a die-cast Panther Pink 70 Charger. Resulted in me getting some sour pink Cadillac gummies. So,
wow.
Yes. People listen to my podcast and buy me gifts.
Did you ever see that? I saw a meme online. It was wonderful. It talks about what was it? It was talking about it was a back and forth conversation. Hey salmon, did you know we named a color after you? And the salmon replies, "Oh yeah, so a nice brilliant green with reflection and stuff." Human ... Human, what did you name it after? We named it off your inside.
And going back to the watch series, this is basically a Nicaraguan Puro. It's a wrapper's a Nicaraguan hybrid, binder Nicaraguan, and filler Nicaraguan.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's the watch series has been interesting. It's I like the band. I really do like the band. It looks like a watch, literally wrapped around it, a tiny watch.
It's I smoked that one earlier today. Very smooth.
Yeah.
I would say medium, maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 4.
Right.
It wasn't too strong. Of course, I smoked it over a slow period of time. It might be a little bit more intense if you smoked it or slow period of time. Well, long period of time, it was just slow in the shot. So
yeah. Okay. Sure.
However that works.
Yeah. And so today, I am drinking something very special, and you can't get it in the store, unfortunately. But I bought
in Alabama.
The store in Alabama, and you can't get it in any cigars anymore. So this is a rare one, and don't get your hopes up of ever asking for it because he'll never carry it. But today, it is Haven Hill Bottle and Bond, and I got to say, Scott Northcutt turned me on to this brand. Phenomenal, absolutely wonderful. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Let me get out my zero sugar cherry limeade sparkling water.
Okay. Yeah, you do that.
See,
do that.
It's kind of pink.
It is.
We were picking up your lighter.
I know. It's crazy how it's picking up stuff today.
Dynamic mics that work better from the backside.
I guess so. Oh, what's up, Mr. Michael? How are you? Slaineth.
So, Devin,
Sir.
we're sitting here enjoying cigars.
Right.
We've done this for almost a year now. We're approaching.
I've done it for 2 years.
Well, on the show.
Yeah.
Well, there was that other thing you did before, but I think that's because you liked hanging out with that Jason dude.
Well, Pitted Prunes himself was pretty cool. I liked him at the time. He's kind of a bastard now, but
well, he kind of stood us up for a show or two.
He did. And then he stood me up for a McAuliffe Ambassador Club coin that he gave to all of his friends, but not his co-host. I'm not bitter about it, but I did eventually get in and then harassed him on Facebook on their group. And he called me up and he's like, man, you could have just called me. He said you hadn't got your coin yet. And I was like, no, but it'd been funnier to watch you squirm. And then I got the coin like 2 days later. Dr. D's joined that club too.
I want to say it's one of those interesting things. You take it to social media and they seem to react.
Yeah.
But I was going to ask you, we've been doing this show for a year. I kind of sat in the background and forced my way into producing the old show.
Yeah.
And you've got this kind of cigar hobby. I think I kind of have this cigar hobby.
Right.
Do you remember why you picked up your first cigar to begin the hobby now? I mean, you might have picked one up when you were 16 and whatever, but you weren't a cigar enthusiast at that time.
Because I started smoking Padron. Was my first cigar. Just typical sun-grown. With a buddy of mine when I was 17 behind the Denny's because we didn't want to be seen doing it. I didn't really pick up cigars until really get back into the hobby until I moved. Well, I wouldn't say until I moved. When I moved here is when I really picked it up and started smoking with my buddy Daniel constantly. But I used to smoke at a shop in Georgia because I worked at a hospital, a mental hospital, if that tells you anything about dealing with these people. And he would let hospital and workers and, cops and, things like that, emergency services come in after they close and we'd watch a old movie. Not Little Shop of Horrors. It's Little Big China. Son of a bee.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China. I remember watching that and having had nothing to eat, sitting in his nice leather chairs. They gave me a glass. They poured some whiskey in it, which I wish I could remember what that whiskey is now. I can't at all. And I smoked the darkest Padron that I could get my hands on. And I can tell you that was a bad idea. Because I remember about halfway through the movie going, oh, this is a bad idea. And I'm like, every time I blink, everything was spinning. It was bad. And then I moved here and I picked it back up.
You kind of got to face the microphone a little bit more. I keep watching little lights. You're not getting as many little lights.
Yes, I'm sorry. So I'll just move it over towards where I'm leaning,
Yeah.
and then it'll cover.
Get it in the direction.
Get it in the direction. Yes.
Of your spittle.
Or turn it around. Yeah. So when I moved here, I started smoking more because I was near my best friend, Mr. Daniel, and he smoked a lot constantly anyway. And it just kept going like that. And I went, man, what's the logical path for a cigar smoker who smokes a lot? Find a way to get discounts. Honestly. So I went, hey, couldn't hurt. Let's go see if I can get on at a cigar company. And then just so happened to be friends with somebody who worked here who was on her way out, and she made the recommendation and I got in.
I get lucky every now and then. Well, actually, I guess it's not lucky. I always seem to find a hobby and then do it for money.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing, man.
I've done it with my car stuff. I've done it with podcasting. I did it with cigars. I like food.
If you're not monetizing, I think if you're not monetizing a hobby that can be monetized, I should say, because some hobbies you can't really monetize. Kind of. I paint as well. I got into painting. I'm able to monetize that, and it's completely self-sufficient. Turn that hobby into something. Turn video gaming, which I'd always done, and I managed to make a little bit of money. It's not a lot, but I still get paid to do it, so that's good.
I think it adds a little bit of pressure, though, and the moment you add clients,
it does. But I gotta say, the first time I got a client for painting, it added pressure, and I was nervous. But then after I got third client, fourth client, fifth client, and I got up into the double digits, and I'm well into the 50s by now. It's not pressure. It's honestly, wait, I get to sit here and enjoy painting this. I get to stream it because I stream it as well, so I get double pay for it. And then I don't have to hold on to the device, or I should say, the painting. I can get rid of it, and I get paid for it. That's a win-win for me. I mean, I'm getting money all the way around. Nothing wrong with that. It becomes second nature.
Well, I've been selling cigars now for 9, maybe 10 years for this fine establishment.
Really? I've only been doing it for 2.5, I think now.
Do you realize I am the longest employee for Cigars and More? Longest.
I did not know that.
Granted, I only work part-time, but I've been here longer than anybody else in the company other than Harris.
Yeah.
Kind of. He has to be here longer since he hired me. But
yeah. It's honestly, it's a great hobby, especially for me and you, in that it fits in. We fit it into our schedule. It's not a full-time job.
We do it because we like it, and we leave if we don't.
Yeah, exactly.
When I started, I think I had 6 or 8 cigars in my humidor at home. I have well over 1,000 cigars now, so it helps build it. But I got into this hobby because I quit drinking. It wasn't because I had a problem or anything.
Sorry to hear that.
I was afraid of getting a DUI, so I quit drinking in public. And
a DUI for a car guy would be a bad idea.
So, well, a lot of car guys have them, but
touche.
Well, I was working in a restaurant at the time,
and
I was the only guy in the kitchen that did not have a DUI.
Wow.
We used to go out drinking, and the guys I drank with all had DUIs, so we would all drink, and then I would drive them all home after I sobered up.
Yeah.
We'll just say that for kitty's sake. So eventually I quit drinking and picked up cigars in the early part of the millennium.
Yeah.
And it allows me to do what drinking did when I was out, except hit on women, because I go to cigar shops and I have conversations with guys, and, you chat, and just same thing you kind of do in the bar, you bullshit and that. If you're looking for a date, it might not be the place to go.
No, it's definitely not.
Well, depending what you're looking for out of your date.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
But that's how I got into this. And I dabbled. I'll be honest. I dabbled for a few years, but I moved to Birmingham in 2007. And by 2008, I was going into Cigars and More, hanging out with Gary. First, I remember the first cigars he recommended for me were Rocky Patel Vintage 1990. And I really liked these short little Robusto thingies.
Yeah.
And I ordered a box and it never came in. It never came in. And now I know why. but I moved right from those to Camacho Triple Maduros.
Yes, that's Doc and I's. It's one of our favorites.
Yeah, but that's my beginner cigar. So
Yeah.
I went to about as strong as you could in the shop, from about as weak as you could in the shop. And I
well, I purposely took you there.
and it's been up and down. And I think I've only smoked one or two of the new Camacho Triple Maduros. Supposedly that's the only one they never reblended,
Supposedly.
But I think around 2012, 2013, we had moved, Cigars and More had moved to this location from across the street. And I knew there was an opening, and kind of finally convinced Gary that I wanted to do this seriously. And he kind of convinced Harris to give me a shot. And, like here 10 years later, and know a little bit about cigars.
A little bit. This year is the year I'm going to get that tobacconist.
So still doing?
Yeah.
I so want to do that, but again, I just tired of learning.
I don't mind learning, and a particular owner of the company said he's going to pay for it.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
I just got done with all that liquor training, and see, if you work here, you got to go through liquor training. The most boring 3.5 hours of my life.
I bet.
And
I have not had to do that.
and finally, because he asked me, do I have my certificate? And I go, oh, no, wait a second. I forgot you sent me that to do, because he had actually forgot for 2 years to send it to me. And then I go, so I went and I searched, and I couldn't remember what it's called, because you think it would be liquor training or something like that. It wasn't. So I did the iCard training, which he sent me a couple of years ago.
Nice.
So I got that knocked out in December too.
Okay.
So now I can identify you if you're actually 21. And
yeah, you can use a calculator. Good job.
And now I can make some decisions. Well, it got complicated this year. Last year, 21 was easy.
Yeah.
If the date on the license started at 19 with a 19, they were good.
Yep.
And I actually had somebody come in my last day I worked. So it was last Thursday, a week ago today. I had a woman come in, and kind of cute. Wes was very impressed. We'll say that. And I carded her, and I carded her, and birth date 12/20/20.
Oh,
so.
Just made it.
Yeah. And she was so happy. She was the first time she came in to buy cigars.
Nice.
Supposedly.
Nice. So I'd have to say for this so far, it's okay. I haven't had that wow factor at all with this yet.
It's not a wow factor. Now, you went with a punch, right? Small diameter punch. I went with a very shallow, narrow V.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm getting the excitement out of the cigar. It would be, if I would have guillotined this or potentially punched it, I don't think I would enjoy it as much.
Why is that?
I mean, because I'm getting, it's kind of like, I like that cutter we talked about a couple of weeks ago with the 6 blades.
Yeah.
It's giving me a very, when I would say inhale, but we don't inhale cigars. So, but when I take in the smoke, when I draw, it's a very intense, narrow line of smoke that's going across my tongue. So it's concentrating a lot of the flavors. And get a little touch of spice out of it.
Oh,
but
retrohaling it was pretty nice.
So
yeah, I've gotten better at it. By the way, I've been practicing, so I'm getting pretty good at it.
Oh, $11.49 for this, and for the watch series.
Yep.
Which are the current ones. We never did touch on
this one.
The 21, which was a release last month, very limited for the Cigar Club.
I would highly recommend this one. I was not expecting much out of it. I'll be completely honest with you.
And that one is a Honduran Corojo Puro wrapper, binder, and filler.
It is phenomenal. I got to tell you, it is worth everything.
And I have not smoked one of those, so I may have to.
You need to.
I got Wes all over me to do a Davidoff Tiger, and now I got you telling me to try that. Oh no!
Highly recommend it. I took it, did a dry pull on it, smelled it, was like, it's got a very earthy flavor to it, you know, kind of hay and I got real earthy dirt kind of smell off of it. And so I wasn't expecting much. The LCA stuff, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't rate like top tier. It's good, but it doesn't rate like, oh my God, I got to smoke that again. They all rate, that's a good smoke. I enjoy it. But this one in particular, this 21, I'd smoke that one. It actually reached the peak of me going, you know what? I'd smoke that again. Absolutely, I would. And I'm a very harsh critic of everything. So tell us a little bit more about it. You know any more about it?
I was going back to the one that we're smoking. Whatever Año Viejo means old year. Oh, and then it was supposed to be a celebratory cigar. I was trying to figure out if they were telling me who actually manufactured. It's the Tabacalera Coffee in Danelli, Honduras, rolled this one.
So on the back of the box, I kid you not, I'm going to read this. This is wonderful. Their whole description on the back of this box. Please take care in deciding where you smoke this cigar and what you smoke it with. Recommended smoking situation is outdoor on a calm, cool day or inside a lounge with excellent ventilation. Alone or with a friend smoking the same cigar. Tasting notes. Expect fresh cut cedar, cinnamon, graham, and toasted bread. And I can 100% tell you it's got that. And it says pairing notes, caramel, wheated, bourbon, medium roast coffee, cream soda. I wasn't expecting the cream soda, but I get it. So to the question that William asked, I was going to say before even reading that, bourbon. With these cigars, I would say with an LCA, almost any of the LCAs, bourbon is a safe choice. Doc, being the expert, do you have a bourbon in particular you would recommend? Something that you would say that's a good cigar bourbon.
An easy choice would be a Relive Craig. It's going to be nice and sweet. It's going to be well rounded, and it's not going to overpower anything you're going to smoke. So it's pretty much a good pairing. Other than that, though, this Bottle and Bond so far been fantastic. Yeah.
So Elijah Craig, it would be a really good bourbon to smoke with it right now, or smoke with it to drink with it right now, which you can't get in the stores. So you should be super jealous. Because I bought this bottle in Georgia, I'm doing Haven Hill Bottle and Bond. It's a very good bottle.
You know, if I was a smart person, I would have made a list of the new allocations that Harris walked into the shop with about a week ago.
Yeah.
Some pretty rare, tough to get stuff here in Alabama. I know Red Label Wellers.
Red. What was the other one you saw?
You got Wellers,
Taylor. Stag.
You had a couple of 15-year-olds in there too. The one was
a few 15-year-olds.
Clyde's.
Okay.
You got a few Clyde's in there.
Clyde's, a very good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've never seen a 15-year-old. And there's another one I wasn't familiar with actually.
Oh.
Nice. Okay.
So, you know, Harris was a little bit impressed with that. That allocation. So that's available at $280 while supplies last.
While supplies, and I'm telling you,
and
how many bottles of Wellers did he get? Do you know?
Just one.
Dude, that thing's already less than halfway.
Well, we were surprised it lasted a week.
Wes is pouring it. He poured it for somebody out there already when I was getting ready for the show. And I went, did they just get that bottle of Wellers? And it's already, there's only like this much left in it.
When the Wellers, if I could speak, the Wellers Green Label, he gets in the large bottles.
Yeah.
And when we were first getting it, because it's odd how some things happen. We were getting it. We were going through a large bottle a weekend. You know, the guys would come in, drink it during the football games and such.
Yeah.
And, you know, they drink it, but it's kind of like the Blantons we have. We've had the same bottle of Blantons on the shelf now for 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. And it's half full or half empty, depending on if you're optimist or pessimist. But it's here all the time. So Blanton's not a special liquor in this.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
You know, and when we first got it, we got to have it. When we went through bottle after bottle after bottle, but now I can't tell you if there's any in back, but so there's some rare stuff here to go with your cigars.
Yeah.
Still think Starbucks Mocha Frappuccino is the best.
Well,
but,
that goes along with the combination of cream soda and coffee.
Oh, and I never got to it. And I'm reading this description and I'm going, it's not telling me. And then the name Christian pops up and I go, duh. Aroa. That was, I don't know who came up with the blend, but Aroha manufactures that.
Ooh, that just got way better right there. Way better.
I'm a long way. You smoke fast. I smoke slow.
That's true. I do.
It's kind of like I eat. Most people eat. I dine. No matter what, I dine.
Oh.
I take.
Oh, that's
longer.
nice. Let's go out to eat. No. I'm gonna go dine. Thank you.
Well,
he's gonna put on his. He says no driving gloves, but he's gonna put on his driving gloves to go dine.
No, those are my eating gloves.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say something.
My eating gloves. There's not a euphemism in there at all.
I had a birthday last week. Broke the half-century mark, and my girlfriend made me a fabulous pot roast on my birthday because I travel. And she was on me to pick a restaurant, and I was trying to decide. And I've wanted to go to Helen in Birmingham since the day it opened. It opened in the middle of COVID, and so we chose to go to Helen. Another friend of mine, their couple went. His wife's birthday's the 26th, and we're putting up a comment. But great food, wonderful selection. Yeah,
I reached over to put that one up.
I missed that one. Thank you, Brandy.
Thank you, Brandy.
So, but no, I enjoyed that, and honestly, I wish they had a smoking room afterwards.
I feel like we missed something.
Best service I've ever had in a restaurant.
Where'd you go again?
Helen.
That's the name of the restaurant.
Yes.
Okay.
2nd Avenue North in Birmingham.
Yeah. What'd you get?
Brandy and everything.
You didn't get the pot roast, did you?
Everything's family style, so you're supposed to like order a main dish and split it and that. The other couple, they actually, one ordered a steak, one ordered lamb. He got a New York strip.
Ooh. Man, I'd go for some lamb.
Brandy and I split a 16-ounce bone-in ribeye. It's the only time in my life I've never been able to finish a steak. I gave her a third of it or so, and I still had 2 little strips of it because the sides there was a celery blue cheese slaw. Yeah. It was like a coleslaw, but instead of cabbage, it was based around celery.
Wow, that sounds like great. Their crust on their steak is good.
Woo! I mean, it's not the cheapest place in the world.
Oh, I bet not.
And we really still appreciate. Brandy was going to buy my dinner that night as a birthday present, but the other couple snuck in and paid for everything.
That's very sweet of them.
And it's the service, little details, And I parked in a valet spot, and the valet let me park there because I was going to valet anyway. I didn't realize it was a valet spot. My car would fit right in front, right at the front door.
Noise.
And my friends had gotten there before us, and they valeted.
Yeah.
And their car was valeted across the street, and we were the last couple out. And the valet had come up to them in the middle of the meal, or while we were having dessert, and thanked them for the service, and I gave them back their keys and said, I'm heading, and they go, oh, we know where the car is. We see it across the street. And they tipped him, and I went ahead and tipped him because I took his job away from him.
You did.
I parked my car, but he didn't make me move or didn't request anything. When we left, their car is right in front of the front door.
They
had
moved
moved.
it for
They
him.
had moved it and positioned it so they didn't have to cross the street or anything. And it's the simplest thing in the world.
That's a
but
nice
but
feature.
but it's it's a nice thing. The hostess was still there when we left. There's no reason for her to be there at 10:30 at night. Restaurant closes at 9, and kitchen closes at 10. Just there's my plug for Helen. I don't know, but
I'll have to try that out one day.
so,
The image I get, because Doc and I are younger than you, we missed a great opportunity when there used to be smoking and non-smoking sections. I wish they had restaurants like that nowadays, just so I could have a cigar. Because I get this picture of Parks and Rec, the show Parks and Rec, when it's Ron Swanson's birthday, and they went to a special length to freak him out, think he's going to get this really big flamboyant birthday, and he hates it. And then he walks in like, and they set up for him this really nice steak, this whole dinner, potatoes, fixings, all of it, a whole bottle of Lagavulin and a cigar, and he was watching an old classic movie. And I'm like, I want that. I want to watch a Quentin Tarantino movie, eat a steak, and have a nice scotch and a cigar.
when I come back, I want to be Ron Swanson.
Yeah. I love how Nick Offerman, the guy who plays him, he goes, I don't think anybody could be Ron Swanson. Nobody could eat that much meat and be alive.
There's been years I've tried. Now I want to tell you about another Nick Offerman show you need to watch. Ask me after the show because it's not cigar related.
Gotcha. So it's getting better. I would say the beginning of it was not anything to write home about, but as it's kind of getting aged, so to speak, it's getting better. I'm enjoying it. Are you enjoying it, Doc?
I agree with you 100%. Very mild in the beginning.
Very mild in the beginning. Yep.
Join us next week. By then, I will be down to that flavor.
Yeah, he'll be done with it. So I appreciate everybody hanging out today. I think we're coming up to the close here.
Oh, I
Yeah.
probably should get some of the screens ready so that we could close.
Yeah. So remember to like, share, and subscribe. We are in the My Father. Are we still My Father Lounge and Studio?
I think we'll still give them a plug, but they really need to send us.
They do.
We really need to talk about their sponsorship.
Yeah. So you gotta pay for it, Sonny.
Either way, we still like My Father
we do.
cigars. I mean, we weren't complimenting them
Eric
earlier
Wilkinson.
because they were.
Great dude. Love it when he's on.
Yeah, I actually bumped was somehow my phone was doing some weird things today, and I saw my last text to him, which was when Jason was on the show.
We need him to get on again. Like they need to re-up their sponsorship, and then he needs to be on, and we need to talk about it.
Yep.
Do we have a Lancero? My Father, we can do that we haven't done.
They did have a Lancero. I'll have to look and see if it's in stock. With the COVID production cutbacks and that, some Lanceros were some of the first to stop production.
Gotcha. Well, all right, everybody. Thank you, Dr. D, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
He said thank you for having him. And thank you, John.
Yeah. Well, we'll join us next week and find out who's replacing Gary.
That's right.
We hope to have that secured. It very well could be a clone of Gary.
I think so.
But we'll find out.
Yep. But we'll check under his lip for a number.
Because nobody wants to see my gorgeous mug on the show every week. I mean, I look at Devin. Devin in relation to me. I'm the much better looking guy. So,
but remember, same bat channel, same bat, whatever. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're good. Thank you, everybody.
did you come up with a new thing this year, or are we doing the same exit?
I'll try to think of a new one, but that one's pretty classic. That's the reason I like it, because it's so true. To smoke is human. Everybody smokes. That's the reason. I'll explain the saying a little bit. To smoke is human. It doesn't matter what anybody says about bad for your health. I'm talking cigarettes. I'm talking smoking, just smoking in general. Everybody does it. But to smoke a cigar is divine. And the reason that classification is different is because it's distinctly different from smoking anything else you're able to smoke. It is a hobby. It is a time well spent. I'm not even done with this, and we're already getting in the show. I'm going to keep smoking this all the way home.
Not for you, not all the way home. I mean, you live like 15 minutes away. You'll be done with that by the first stoplight.
That's probably
I very well could be smoking mine all the way home.
very true.
And we will have an episode on how to smoke in your car without the smoke staying in your car.
Yeah.
No.
Crack a window.
I did hear a tip, and I'll admit, I heard it on another podcast, popular cigar podcast, but they gave us, and I never thought of this hint. When you rent a car, you know how you can rent a car and still smoke cigars in it and not have to pay the $250 cleaning fee?
How's that?
After you rent the car, about 3 hours later, you call and say, hey, this car smells like smoke. And I can't bring it back. I'm already 3 hours down the road, whatever. And so when you go to it, so it gets noted on the car. So when you turn it in, hey.
I kind of like that.
Watch the guy behind you get paid.
That's right. I like that.
I don't care.
All right.
So
thanks, everybody. We'll
me
see you
find
next time. Remember, you can catch John on No Driving Gloves, and you can also catch me on Arc Fire Gaming Network on YouTube and Twitch. Thank you, and we'll see you next time on Smoking Underground.